What's good, YouTube? It's your boy Gen Z President, and I'm back with another video, man. It's been a long time. New setup, new year, new everything, ready to attack. Let's get it. The year of wealth. We call this Wealthy Wednesdays. Let's get into everything. And so let's start by looking at the news. I love seeing, I'm saying every day I try to see, at least get myself exposed to what's going on around the world. And so the New York Times usually have some good information for us to scan. Sean Diddy Combs accused of, Citibank users report fraud, alert app outage. They always hacking banks. New York City judge rejects massive bond offer by millionaire Alexander brothers accused of sex trafficking. Okay. New Yorkers react with hope. Queens Superintendent 55 found dead in garbage bag after trying to collect rent. I don't know what's going on with people not willing to pay their money, especially if you living in somebody else's stuff. But honestly, most states got rules that usually tends to favor the tenant in a way, but it always tends to be a lengthy process to get them out. And so more than time, the landlord wins, but the tenant usually gets a long time to get out of there, if that makes sense. Yankees acquire minor league reliever Michael in trade with Cubs. Okay, we heading into baseball season, now football season about again. Hey, drop in the comments who y'all got winning the Super Bowl. I think the Ravens might win. You know, you can't go against Lamar and Derrick Henry, but that Bills game will be electric. Biden warns a farewell address. Oh wow. Okay. Enough of this. Let's get into them charts. Ooh, XRP. So I know everybody's seen the alert today. Everybody's going crazy. XRP $3. Blase. If you buy here, I promise you, you will get wrecked. You will get wrecked. Focus on getting one Bitcoin first, then dabble into everything else. But you have to set that foundation in Bitcoin, especially if you like under 30. It makes sense to get one Bitcoin. Don't fall into the memes. Don't fall into the layer twos, the layer one alternates, or blase. If you got one Bitcoin, dabble in it, go for it. But get that one Bitcoin first, or get 1K equivalent in a Bitcoin ETF if you don't want to deal with the keys and the other that so. All right, let's take a look at the SPY. Gotta take a look at the King SPY. Where we at? So 592. Let's see what is up for year to date. So it's up $6.70. So 1%. In the last month, it's down $14. And so in the last 5 days, it's up $4. So hit or miss. If you got in one of your New Year's goals was to start buying the S&P 500. What is it, 16? So 1 month, I'm guessing you're doing all right. So being down, you know what I'm saying, less than 1%. It's probably around 1 point something percent. That's not too bad. You're thinking long term for SPY. So let's look at King Bitcoin. If you one of them people that think Bitcoin is scam, exit the chat right now, please. People look, don't get spooked out by the media. Actually drop in the comments below what's the lowest you've seen Bitcoin. Bitcoin has been a scam. I promise you. They've been saying Bitcoin was a scam since the lowest you've seen it. And so if you haven't been buying, you've been missing out. And so I always tell people, get you one Bitcoin. It should be race to one Bitcoin. And then when you get your one Bitcoin, continue buying stock, continue buying things like Tesla, Meta, and all that. But why not be in one of the best performing assets in the world? Why not? And so my king right here, let's talk about Bitcoin real quick. So Bitcoin did touch over 100K today. Where you at? Boom, right there, 100K. And I saw it too. I got a notification. So everybody who got spooked out when it touched 90, stop trading. Just buy Bitcoin. Buy Bitcoin and let it ride. This should be opportunities for you to get in. You should love the dip because you're thinking long term. By 2033, every dollar you put in is going to be $6+, if that makes sense. Okay, so let's look at Bitcoin for year to date up 6%. We're in a bull market, so I expect that, 6,000, up 34,000 in the last 6 months is crazy, right? In 1 year, up 56,000, and 5 years is up 90,000. So people like, when will this train stop? who knows? But why not be in it? Especially if you go to work every day and you didn't come for nothing. And like, why would you not try to get one full Bitcoin? You know. So I'll show y'all another thing. iBit. This is my. I love iBit, so I'm a big iBit Maximus, whatever you want to call it. It follows Bitcoin closely. I feel like this is the cheapest way to get into Bitcoin, and so my goal is to get a 1,000 shares of iBit. Just so it's like it look like a pyramid, right? So having my foundation, so 1,000 shares of iBit. Then I continue contributing to my Roth, and then buying a Microsoft, and you know what I'm saying, blue chip stocks. Because I do believe in Bitcoin, but I just don't want to be in Bitcoin. I also know it's money in the stocks, and because I'm a big stock guy. But I need my one Bitcoin off to the side. I'll probably never sell it, and then I will continue up the pyramid. But my floor, my pyramid would be my one Bitcoin. So I bid, so $56. Hey, if you look down at my first video, I was in a garage. I was like, hey, buy iBit. It was like $30. And so it was around here, I believe, or even before that. I was like, just buy it because I love it fits my description. It's a predictable asset and we're first. So iBit is not even a year old yet as far as like being available on the exchange. And so in February, it will be February 3rd or something like that. It will be considered a year old. Let's see if they got the inception date down here. Nope. So while we here, let's also look at some Tesla. King Elon. Tesla. So Tesla is up 8%. So in the 6 months, it's up 69%. It's up $175. And look, check this out. So this how the market works, right? And so when things are dipping, and I don't know if you follow the media closely, if you're on YouTube every day or whatever, you'll see how the media was bashing Tesla when it went down to 142. And so while they were bashing it, you were listening. And so while you were listening, they were buying. And you know what happened? You missed the opportunity. And so learn from this. Honestly, it's going to take you going through a bear in a bull market and back through a bear to understand what comes next. So when everybody's talking trash about it, research it, look at their profit margins, and then if it's shown to go up within like the past, let's say 10 years, right? You can say that as trustworthy. 10 years, buy into it. You know, not saying go empty out everything and saying buy Tesla, but I'm pretty sure y'all folks eat Chick-fil-A one time out the week. You know, sometimes skip that pack your meal, use that money to invest in yourself to become free later in your life. But that's the goal, right? The goal is freedom. So let's see, what else we got? So I ran into this guy, right? And I'm not gonna keep this video too long, but they said they didn't come for money, so they don't like investing in stocks. They don't like crypto. They don't do none of that because they don't want to lose their money. But honestly, they don't understand that if you don't sell, you will never lose your money. You know what I'm saying? If you never press sell, you will never lose your money. And so it works 95% of the time when you're in blue chip companies. But if you're invested in like, for example, like BYND, right? If you invest in BYND, you got wrecked. So in the last 5 years, this thing is down bad, almost 96%. But also, crazy thing is, I think this would be an awesome buying opportunity because when Biden step in, he tends to be not Biden. When Trump steps in, he tends to offer incentives for, he's a big business guy. And so this stock IPO when Donald Trump was in office his last time, and he mentioned that but this stock was at like $100 something. And so they were getting incentives from the government, contracts and stuff to come up with different types of fake meat. And so this stock could make a comeback. And so, but like I said, like I started getting to, so I was talking to the person that said they didn't come from money, and I was just like, well, how would you change your generational tree if you're saying you're not taking calculated risk? He's like, man, I'm fine with working until I'm 65 or whatever like that. And I'm just like, man, it just made me like throw up inside because people tends to be comfortable. I guess comfortable, once they're comfortable, they tend to give up. That makes sense because they like to use that I like sleep, like the phrase I love to sleep at night knowing my money say. but you're missing, you know what I'm saying, the opportunity to become your own boss, to start your own business, you know what I'm saying, to not have to report to someone every day, letting them know you're running late and stuff like that. So, man, so do your research. The information is in the books. And that's all I really got, man. Stay disciplined. You know, it's January 16th, January 15th, and I want to keep trying to keep pushing these videos out and stay consistent on YouTube going forward. And that's all I got, man. It's Gen Z president.